Sometimes, the people you trust the most are the ones you should fear the most. This is the chilling true story of wealth, betrayal, and a darkness that hid behind a luxury suit. It started with a scream. A piercing scream in the dead of night, echoing through the empty, silent streets of Ikoyi. At first, no one paid attention. In a city like Lagos, sounds like that blend into the chaos. But what no one knew was that this scream was the start of something bigger, something darker. Somewhere, deep inside the polished marble walls of one of Nigeria's most powerful banks, a secret was growing. A secret so horrifying, it would shake the entire nation to its core. And at the center of it all was a man everyone admired. Samuel Adeoye, the handsome, charming, brilliant CEO of Pinnacle Bank. He was the man who donated millions to charities, sat front row at every gala, and gave motivational speeches about building a better Nigeria. But behind that perfect smile, Samuel was hiding a monstrous secret, one that would soon explode into the light. Because you see, Samuel wasn't just running a bank, he was also quietly running one of the most dangerous kidnap rings Lagos had ever seen. And the way it all came crashing down was nothing short of jaw-dropping. Samuel Adeoye grew up poor. The streets of Mushin taught him early, survival is a currency. If you don't have it, you die. But Samuel had something else too, ambition. A burning, dangerous ambition that would one day turn into something deadly. By 32, he had climbed to the top. The youngest CEO in the history of Pinnacle Bank. A billionaire and a role model. But deep down, Samuel knew that money earned legally was too slow for the life he craved. He wanted more, faster and riskier. It started small, a little laundering for some shady politicians and a few of the books loans to criminal enterprises. And then, an offer came. A businessman named Chief Emeka Obi approached Samuel with a terrifyingly simple proposal. We have targets. You have resources. We split the profits. No one knows and no one gets caught. At first, Samuel hesitated. But then, he saw the numbers. Kidnapping was more profitable than banking. From the outside, Samuel's world looked like a dream. Mansions in Banana Island, private jets and weekend parties in Dubai. He has a wife who adored him and 3 beautiful children. But behind the scenes, he was the architect of a vast, terrifying machine. Bank employees secretly gathering intelligence on wealthy clients, security guards doubling as scouts for kidnap targets, and loan officers identifying customers with vulnerable families. Each operation was cold, calculated, and surgical. Samuel didn't get his hands dirty. He didn't have to. He had people for that, men like Connor the surgeon, Balogun, a ruthless ex-soldier who led the actual abductions. Victims disappeared without a trace and families paid ransoms quietly, terrified of what would happen if they called the police. And Samuel's wealth. It grew beyond imagination. But power breeds arrogance and arrogance breeds mistakes. It was supposed to be a routine kidnapping. Target, a wealthy oil executive's teenage daughter, Amara. Ransom, $5 million. Timeline, 48 hours clean operation. But Amara fought back. She scratched one of the kidnappers, drawing blood. She tore a piece of Connor's shirt. And in that split second, a tiny DNA trail was left behind. A trail that would lead straight to the hidden world Samuel had so carefully built. Inspector Ifeoma Danjuma was assigned to the case, tough, brilliant, and unstoppable. She immediately sensed something was wrong. Too many coincidences. Too much money flowing quietly through invisible channels. And then, she found it. Buried in a series of offshore transactions, hidden among hundreds of fake companies. A direct link to Samuel Adeoye. But Ifeoma knew better than to move too fast. Samuel was powerful and untouchable. One wrong move, and she could vanish like so many others. She needed undeniable proof and allies. What Ifeoma didn't know was that Samuel had eyes everywhere. Someone inside her investigation unit was feeding him information. Every move she made, he knew. And Samuel. He wasn't just waiting for her to make a mistake. He was planning something even worse. He was planning her abduction. When power and evil collide, who will survive? And when the hunters become the hunted, how do you fight back? If you were Inspector Ifeoma, would you continue the investigation, knowing your life could be next? Do you believe someone like Samuel could truly hide a criminal empire in plain sight? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your opinions could reveal who really has the mind of a detective, and who doesn't. Not everything that glitters is gold. Sometimes, it's blood.